Hi, I'm Peter.
Hi, I'm Sitora.
And we're a match made in Dubai.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about love.
I arrived in Dubai in 2008, November. And then I'm here, what, 5 years? I'm from Uzbekistan.
I'm from Australia, and I've been here just a little bit longer than Sitora. I've been here 5.5 years almost.
So it was our first month in Dubai, and we got a taxi and we said, just take us to, I don't know, it was a famous place at that time or whatever. And they took us to Burasti. So we walked in and the security stopped us. They wanted to check our ID. Well, I was 21, that's for sure, but I did not have the ID that said. So then they go, okay, we're gonna call a security, we're gonna call a manager of the place. He points out on Peter, he was 5 years younger that time, and I'm like, he's the manager? And he goes, the security goes, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, no problem, bring him in.
I let these girls into the bar, and they were standing there trying to be as elegant as possible with their high heels on, and had, I think, strawberry daiquiris in hand.
Yeah, that's right.
And I look up and there's this girl with a big smile on her face, big glowing smile on her face, and trying to hold a strawberry daiquiri, and she's waving like this. She doesn't look so elegant.
Okay, I approached him, but just because he was standing behind the bar, and I thought, well, he was keep looking at us. He was keep looking at us, whatever. I had a few daiquiris, and so I approached, I came over, I said, oh, hi, how are you? My English is really bad. That's what I said to everyone. I sent another message, just wanted to say thank you, nothing to whatever. Anyway, he replies back, I'm sorry, I was in a meeting, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing today? Would you like to go to a movie? And I'm like, huh. Well, for me, it's too fast, right? I mean, back in my country, you're texting for about 2 weeks. Then maybe you start talking. And here he invited me for movies. Well, at first I said, no, I'm very busy, I cannot go. He goes, okay, I'm going anyway, so if you want, you can call me. And I'm like, okay.
Where I grew up on a property in Australia. And this property has big gardens. And I always said as a kid when I was growing up that if I ever asked a girl to marry me, that I'd ask her in this spot here. So we went back there. It was one of our first trips to Australia, and I took her for a walk through these gardens. And we had a gardener that worked for us, Danny, who used to always be around the property. And I got down on one knee and I started to propose to Sitora, and Sitora started to cry, and the next thing we know, we see Danny, hey guys! He interrupted my proposal.
And I'm like, stand up, stand up.
We decided initially to have 2 weddings, the first being in Uzbekistan, and then the second being in Australia. We haven't got to the Australian one yet. So the first one in Uzbekistan, I only had two friends of mine, other Australian couple that came with us. So there's only 3 real English-speaking people at this celebration. And the wedding took place at her parents' house. And I was driven in an entourage of about 20 white vehicles that took over the whole road and had sirens going and horns going and lights flashing. And
that's how we're all in Uzbekistan.
That took me to the worst moment out of the whole...
But it's my favorite.
The whole... they have 2 houses. We went into the house at the back of the property, and all of her friends and family all stood in a circle, blocking off what was behind. And I thought, this is it. This is where she is. I can see the dress lying out behind a curtain. And everyone's got their phones out, and I didn't click. Why is everyone recording this moment? You know, they must be recording because it's going to be the first time I see Sitora in a wedding dress. They said, where do you think your wife is? Where do you think Sitora is? I said, she must be behind this curtain here. I can see her dress. I said, okay, you have to yell her name. So I had to yell her name at the top of my voice to get her to come out. Next thing, someone comes jumping out of behind these curtains wearing a wedding dress, and it wasn't Sitora, it was a man. A man dressed up in a wedding dress. So you can imagine the look on my face. I'm already under pressure and under stress by all these activities I had to go through, and here's another one where they've tricked me and they're all laughing and they're all recording, and I'm thinking, this is going to end up on YouTube for sure.
Dubai is really easy. Like, we've chose to stay in Dubai because it's easier. It's much more easy, and we will get to that level where we have to go back to Australia and settle. But as long as it's easy here and it's nice and we can save some money and we actually able to do what we want. We can dress whatever we want. We go vacation 4 times a year. Thanks God this year we went a lot of times. And yeah, it's easier. From Australia it would be a bit harder, but we know it's coming up. So at the moment we love Dubai.
We're comfortable now in Dubai. I think we enjoy the lifestyle. We enjoy our friends who are here and the lifestyle we lead here, and going out to different restaurants and bars and these sort of things. And the weather's always fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
very important.
Like Sitora said, it's important that we can travel from here as well quite easily to different areas around Dubai. It's yeah, we're enjoying it.
If I hadn't come to Dubai, I wouldn't meet Peter. I actually met him after a month being in Dubai.
If I hadn't come to Dubai, I wouldn't have met the girl of my dreams.
Let's talk about